Hey, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D. About to react to this Charlie vid. It's titled YouTube Responded to IShowSpeed Situation. Okay, so we are getting an update on Meatgate. Okay, so we're gonna figure out what exactly occurred and if YouTube is going to terminate his channel or ban him. It really would suck if they decide to do that because, like I said in the video from yesterday, it genuinely did seem like it was an honest mistake. So I'm hoping that they could give him a pass just this one time. But, you know, we'll see what they decide. Let's watch.
The only thing slower than the DMV is YouTube responding to a problem. When it comes to YouTube addressing a situation or fixing an issue, they take the scenic route. Most of the time, it's just wildly inefficient. It feels like their strategy for handling problems or issues is just to cross their fingers, close their eyes, plug their ears, and just pray
it's so inefficient.
That whatever the problem is, it doesn't result in a viral tweet. Because that seems to be the only kryptonite to Superman here. That is the only time YouTube's arm is ever twisted enough to finally address or rectify something. Sad. At least that's the way it has been for a long time.
It's like whenever they're starting to look bad and people are calling them out in large numbers, like, hey, why are you doing this creator like this? Or this is messed up. Then they're like, oh, okay, let's try to fix it. Why? When the creator themselves reached out to you and they were complaining, like, you was taking your time, it wasn't urgent. But now that people are standing behind them and calling you out, now it's like, oh, wait. We don't want it to look bad, so now let's do something. Like,
I do think they are getting a bit better at it, but in the case of IShowSpeed here, with the situation that happened yesterday, I have never seen YouTube move this fast. In the 17 years I've been on the platform, I have never seen this side of YouTube. They fired on the turbo jets. They engaged the NOS boosters in order to quickly explain what's going on with the whole IShowSpeed situation. I'll go ahead and bring you up to speed on the lore, just in case you don't know what the situation is. IShowSpeed is YouTube's biggest streamer, and yesterday while streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, he really rocked out with his cock out. He got a jump scare from Chica, which resulted in him thrusting at the webcam until his dick flopped out. I tell you, those damn Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics are so quirky that sometimes penis will just come out of nowhere. But yeah, IShowSpeed was overreacting to the jump scare for the sake of entertaining his audience, and then he took it to the next level by saying that he wants to fuck Chica and started thrusting at the webcam, and then his wiener just ended up on stream and flashed the entire audience, which of course became a huge story online and a huge question mark as to what would happen next. A lot of people are wondering if YouTube was going to give him a strike or if they're going to outright ban his channel because nudity is against their rules. And YouTube has swiftly come out to answer this question. YouTube says that they're not going to ban him or anything like that, or even give him a strike. It'll just be business as usual. He's fine to continue moving forward on the platform as he has been. They stated that while it was a violation of their policy, the fact that Speed removed the broadcast and everything associated with it means that he was in the clear. Which, to me, makes me think that YouTube actually factored...
That's stupid. I hope that's not their only reason. I hope. That don't make no sense. So that means, according to that statement, if that's what they came out and said, that anybody can show nudity, but as long as they immediately delete the stream, then it's okay? That makes no sense.
That it was an accident. I highly doubt he wanted to become known as IShowMeat as a result from all of this. I don't think it was a premeditated cock jump scare. Now, I said this in the last video, but I'm going to mention it again here, and it's something everyone else has mentioned as well. IShowSpeed's main audience is on the younger side of things. There's a lot of kids that watch him. Plus, he was streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a horror franchise that has a very large audience with younger viewers. So I really don't think the argument of this potentially being on purpose for the sake of attention and publicity is a strong argument. Like, I don't think there's any world where Speed actually planned to expose himself in front of this audience playing this game. Yeah. Because if he did, that would be the stupidest idea ever, and he would probably be looking at a much more serious case than just a potential strike on YouTube. So I highly doubt that this was a scheme. I really don't think that this idea crossed his mind for content, like, I'm gonna throw my meat at the webcam and it's gonna generate all kinds of headlines. Like, I just really don't think that was the case. And I think YouTube gets the same impression that it wasn't on purpose, because I don't think usually they would allow this to be just a squeaky clean, go forward and don't do it again type situation. Because I recall a few times in the past there have been channels that have
which I appreciate.
Either softcore pornography or just full-blown porn. And even though they removed the content shortly after posting it, they still either face strikes for it or just outright termination.
Exactly.
So the fact that they're not doing either of those in the Speed case makes me believe that they actually did have a human review of the situation here and eventually deemed that it wasn't on purpose, thus they shouldn't be super harsh with the policy enforcement here.
Which I appreciate, and I actually agree with them taking this route. I just don't like their reasoning. So I hope they just didn't use that reasoning, because as the example that he gave, that's not enough to keep you from getting banned. If you delete it immediately after, or if you in your stream right away, like that's not enough. So I just don't like their reasoning. If that's all they said, I didn't see the statement, so I don't know. But I do appreciate that they use some type of, proper discretion in this matter. And they're just like, okay, clearly he looks shocked. That looks like genuine shock on his face. He didn't mean to do this. Let's not ban him.
I don't think this is the norm with their nudity policy. I don't think people are going to be able to get away with
so don't think you're going to get away with that shit.
Something was accidental. Like if you're doing a stream, for example, I go live right now, I take off all my clothes, I'm bare ass naked, and I start juggling my balls at the webcam before going offline. I don't think I could get away with deleting that footage and then being okay. I'm sure I would probably face a strike bare minimum because I had planned to do that and knowingly broadcast content that violates the YouTube terms. Whereas here, it doesn't seem like that was ever the plan. It seems like what Speed wanted was an over-the-top, loud reaction that went out of control. Overall, I'm pretty surprised that it didn't even result in a strike. YouTube's not exactly a platform that's known for its leniency when it comes to their rules. They never take context in consideration when it comes to anything with their policies. They've always shown themselves to be cutthroat, no mercy, and won't even listen to your side of the situation. So I was stunned to see that this resulted in them just being like, hey, it happens.
No harm, no foul.
Carry on. But anyway, that's the most recent update on this whole story. But I do want to give a quick mention to a really degenerate clip that I just saw floating around about Adin Ross's response to this.
Bro, guys, stop talking about Speed. I don't give a fuck. I've seen it thousands of times. I've known Speed for years. I've seen it in person thousands of times. I don't care. I saw it and I laughed. I smiled. I don't care, bro.
IShowSpeed just turned 18. He just turned 18 this...
Why are you bragging about seeing this boy's dick thousands of... And why did you see his dick thousands of... Adin gets on my fucking nerves. As time goes on, he gets on my nerves more and more. He continues to do and say...
Year. And Adin is saying that he's seen his penis in person thousands of times? What the fuck, man?
Why would you say that?
I don't know if he's just trying to make some kind of weird pedophile joke about himself, or if he's just being totally honest, going mask off about seeing a kid's penis thousands of times over the years that he's known him. It's just disturbing. Why would you have seen a child's penis thousands of times? It makes it seem like you were grooming him. Like, the only way Speed could stay your friend was if he kept showing you his wiener or something like that with the way you're speaking about it. It is scary. That's some frightening shit. Again, I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke, but if it was, that is a weird one to make. That's setting off all kinds of alarm bells, red buzzers blaring.
Where's Chris? What's his name?
Big old self-report there.
How to Catch a Predator, nigga?
That is a joke that you couldn't torture someone enough to make, seeing a minor's penis thousands of times. Meanwhile, Adin's just openly stating it, admitting to it with a big old smile on his face, bouncing up and down in his seat, super giddy to share the information that he's apparently seen IShowSpeed's penis thousands of times over the years before he was 18. Creepy. Very creepy. But anyway, yeah, that's really about the hold up.
Oh, he get on my nerves. And then he gonna say he smiled and he laughed when he saw the clip. So was you smiling and laughing because you was reminiscing about all the other times you saw his dick? And once again, why did you see his dick multiple times in the past before he was even 18? And you saw it in person? Why? Why? Why the fuck would you say that? And then, yeah, he was like giddy and excited to share that news with everybody. Like, he wanted to be like, yeah, y'all, I already saw his dick. I saw it well before y'all saw it. I've been seeing it. I've seen it so many times. What? That is wild. We need to keep an eye on him. No funny shit. Something ain't right with him. And there's a big difference between that and us just discussing it. Because I'm sure Charlie has saw the clip a few times. In the video I reacted to yesterday, Rage obviously saw the clip and was discussing it. I watched it in that video and was discussing it. But it's more so coming from a place of like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened and that this is out here and that it's spread everywhere. And also us wanting to know how this will affect all of us, because a lot of the time when streamers and YouTubers do certain shit that goes viral and it makes them look bad, it affects all of us. If y'all recall when that whole PewDiePie scandal occurred, it affected YouTube like forever. It changed everything. So when certain YouTubers who are really big, they make certain mistakes, sometimes all of us are penalized for it. So I was really like, oh my God, how is YouTube about to respond? What's about to happen? That's why I really wanted to watch this vid to see, you know, what they would say. They could have easily passed this new guideline that would fuck us all. You feel me? So yeah, it's more so us discussing it from that standpoint. But Adin is sounding like he's excited about it. Oh yeah, I saw his dick. I've been saw it. Ha ha. We looking at his dick. Like, no, you're just creepy. You're fucking creepy. Nobody is talking about his dick like that. Like, ew. But anyway, I'm glad that, you know, he didn't get banned, because that's one thing that I was hoping that they wouldn't do, that they would use some type of discretion, and it appears that they did. They didn't even give him a strike, which, like Charlie said, I was very surprised, because YouTube is super strict when it comes to this type of thing. But they didn't even give him a strike. So good for him, but I hope that he can be smarter in the future and stop thrusting the goddamn camera. You didn't need to do all that. That was extra. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye!